Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagwan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita decoded satsangs. Let's watch the satsang.
The word Kshetrajna means the consciousness who is cause for the field to function. Kshetra means field. Kshetrajna means knower of the field. Kshetra means body. Kshetrajna means consciousness which knows that it has got body. Your consciousness is Kshetrajna. This matter, body is Kshetra. Here, today is revealing all the secrets which is related to Kshetra and Kshetrajna. If you don't know the secrets of Kshetrajna, Kshetra will start acting as if he is the owner. For example, a small example, you get a new car and you sit in the car, start driving. Suddenly after 10 minutes you realize you don't know how to stop it. You don't know how to stop it. If you don't know how to stop it, you are not driving the car. Car is driving you. Same way, you get into this mind, get into this body, you start living. Suddenly at one point, you see, you find, you are not able to stop your body or mind. It goes as it wants. If you have the habit of drinking coffee morning 7 o'clock, you don't have to remember by seeing the watch. The moment it becomes 7, inside coffee, the bell will ring. And if you are habituated for smoking, the moment that mood comes, any situation related to that mood comes, immediately you feel like smoking. The whole life, your whole system is not under your control. The body and mind starts living. Instead of you experiencing or enjoying the body and mind are living you. Instead of you driving the car is driving you. Same way, you get into this car, body and mind. When you are not able to control them as you want, When you are not able to handle them as you want, be very clear, you are not driving body and mind are driving you. You are not the owner of body and mind. Body and mind are your owners. That is what today I have given. That's why I gave the topic: eat before you are eaten. Control the body and mind, or body and mind will control you. Bring the body and mind under your consciousness. I tell you, body and mind both are good servants, but not good leaders. As a servant, they are great. Of course, without body or mind, you cannot live the life. You cannot enjoy the life. They are needed. You need them. But unless they are under your control, you will not be living, they will be living. Only two options. Either you will be enjoying them or they will be enjoying you. In the beginning, you can start smoking. After some time, smoke will be enjoying you. Smoking will be enjoying you. In the beginning, you will start drinking. After some time, drinking will be drinking you. After some time, the drinking will be drinking you. And in the beginning, you start the habit. After some time, the habit is living your life. The habit is enjoying your life. You are no more a living person. You are just a set of habits which is continuously repeated without your control. It's like getting into the car without reading owner's manual. Without reading owner's manual, you get into the car and start using it. Suddenly you realize you don't know where the handbrake is, and you don't know how to turn this side or how to turn that side. Same way, when you enter into the body and mind without knowing how to handle them, you are in the same situation. Control, bring the body and mind under your control before you are brought under their control. Otherwise, they will bring you under their control. One more thing. Whether it is material life or spiritual life, unless your body and mind are under your control, whatever you think or whatever you want to do, whole thing is just waste. For example, from morning till night, you sit and make all big plans, analyzing all the data. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that. In the end of the day, automatically, without even your control, you just drink and sleep. What's the use of the whole day plan? Nothing. You go on creating what you want to do, but at the end of the day, body behaves as it wants and the mind behaves as it wants. Naturally, your whole life moves in a logicless way. Logicless way. You are working so much to lift your life, your body, your mind, and that goes as it wants. Then naturally we end in suffering. Life, the very word life, can happen to you only when body and mind are under your control.
Beautiful, powerful cognition, how the body and mind to be under our control. Now let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastras are unchangeable truth from eternal truth, which are from the source scriptures. Shiva Sutra 1.13. Icha Shakti Rumari Kumari. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, his will is the energy of Shiva. It is called Uma. The independent power of Paramashiva, it is called Kumari. The cosmic energy that plays. Bhagavan beautifully says how we get into the habit, and the habit runs our whole life. Like incompletion, the patterns run our whole life. Here, the habits run our whole life. And we are the one who has to raise ourselves. whether it is we are as strong as Bhima or Agastya or any great rishis, munis, Nayanamars that you remember, whoever, if they were arrogant, even Brahma, if they were in the will arrogance, nothing happens to them except failure. Bhima was strongest and nobody could defeat him. The greatest strength that he had, but when he crossed Hanuman, he could not move his tail. Just by sheer will, Hanuman was in the space of Ramanama and Bhima could not move it. It's not that Hanuman is stronger than Bhima, but he showed the inner space power to Bhima, that how surrender is more stronger than even human strength that they have. The physical strength is only limited. The conscious sense that Bhagavan says, the power is more than the nuclear, soft nuclear, strong nuclear, weak nuclear, gravitational energy, and electromagnetic energy. More than this, how the conscious power, energy manifest. All this is possible only when your body and mind is not running you. Constantly, the body runs your life with all the disease from tiredness and boredom, which has now settled as disease, and the incompletions that we cherish, causing even more dangerous to our own body and the mind, which keeps repeating again and again as our disease and problems. The body and the mind cherished with so much of violence, unconsciousness, living that casual excitement life just to forget ourselves, can't stand ourselves watching and getting into entertainment industry or getting into the all these drugs, all the things to forget that identity. And Bhagavan gives the ultimate and simple technique to just remember that you are Paramashiva. Not only you can forget that identity, also raise in consciousness and have the huge power of consciousness. Take the responsibility in the right direction is what Bhagavan is saying here. The responsibility is not work. Responsibility is life, power. It can manifest any responsibility you decide to take for the body, for the mind. You will simply see that you have a huge breakthrough in all the dimensions that you are living. The body doing the yoga in the Brahma Muhurta, detoxing it and being the Nirahari and bringing the body to the youth by taking the Haritaki, castor oil, the neem juice, malic acid, all these things Bhagavan is telling us brings our low energy to high energy. We are so accustomed to live in the lower three chakras, which only needs physical cleaning and physical exercise like yoga for aligning to our cosmic geometry. And the body needs the yoga, the mind needs the detox, and the body needs the detox so that it can run and function for hundreds of years without any disease or death. It has been a belief now after 40 years, one tablet, after 50 years, two tablet, and having a fashion of tablets and psychotherapy clinics and all therapy clinics is a psychodrama we get into. Instead, Bhagavan beautifully says, have choicelessness as your context and bring yourself to the oneness of Paramashiva. Declare yourself that you are Paramashiva. Hold that as your only strength to manifest your reality. Deep oneness with Paramashiva, you open up your inner dimension then that becomes your reality, not your mind and body, which is going in the birth and death cycle, constantly going through so much of suffering each birth, and finally getting a birth of human being, the rarest gift that you can get, and finally wasting that also by hiding your identity under the carpet through entertainment, through addiction, through incompletions. All that is what Bhagavan is referring here. Very grounded, very straight messages to the humanity. Again and again, he's asking us to look in where we are residing. When we are alone, where do we reside? Where do we park our car when all the parking lot is free? That is what he's saying. Where do we reside? If we reside in the space, I am Paramashiva, all the time, again and again, reminding yourself, then slowly and slowly it will penetrate into your work, action, words, thoughts, everything, and you will see so much of happening, shifting your life into the new consciousness, new way of existence, and ultimate love and bliss just overflows on you beautifully. How we exist, if we understand, it's like the owner's manual is understood by you. Now you can function to the fullest instead of trying to use it in a very, very, very low level, which is causing more damage to the system, and finally it breaks down. Such a beautiful, powerful cognition. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana from Skanda Purana, section 2, chapter 35. In Skanda Purana, the battle between the Muruga and Surapadma, brothers of Surapadma, and all others Asura, perished on 6th day. In the battle between Lord Muruga and Surapadma, the lance of Lord Muruga pierced the body of Surapadma, who got himself transformed into a frightful mango tree and broke himself into two. The broken pieces instantly transformed themselves into a mighty peacock and rooster. Lord Muruga took the peacock as his Vahana vehicle and the rooster as a symbol of the banner of his banner, which this event is popularly known as Surasamhara. Let's go to Atma Pramana, Bhagavan's Leela and his satsangs.
Oh, really? Oh, Mother's Day, I went and wished my mom. Parts to you. Both the emotions, fear and greed, integrates you. If you use your love to integrate you and make your declaration reality, you are a bhakta, devotee. Path of devotion you are traveling. If you use your fear, integrate you, and make your declarations into reality, you are using the path of renunciation. I tell you, always use your love to integrate you. That will be most sweet, safest path. Declarations are sweet, declarations are tasty, declarations are powerful when love becomes base material. When the love is a lubricant, will is so powerful. I tell you, some of the very simple things I can tell you. Even while you are manifesting powers, your son or a daughter Somebody has already started manifesting the power. Have them near you in your lap. Let them sit around you. You will start manifesting the power. And I tell you, if you keep your parents, father, mother, or father-in-law, mother-in-law, in their old age with you, you will have the best old age when you are getting old, because your biomemory will learn to go through that peacefully. Understand? If you have your father-in-law, mother-in-law, father, mother with you when they are old and take care of them, it's a training for your biomemory to face your old age. You won't be shocked, you will not be surprised, you will not be shaken, you will not be terrorized when you face your old age. Whenever I see our devotees take care of their parents, love is a powerful lubricant to integrate your whole and make a will. It's a science. If you have a kid which manifests extraordinary powers, whose Kundalini is awakened, then I can experientially show you. When you are initiated into third eye, if you are struggling to manifest the power, have your son or daughter, your kid who is manifesting the power next to you, you will see your biomemory catches and manifests the power just like that, in few seconds. Because love is a powerful lubrication for your will to get integrated. So start with that love, being in that space of love. Listen, listen. To this translation and the truths expressed in this great verse. Om.
Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated devotees who are sharing their demonstration of the power of changing the color of their hair. Here, she has said, changing the color of my partner's hair. I wanted exactly the color. Thank you, Swamiji.
Prataksha Pramana, scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The signs of power of will. The signs of power of will. Science say that eye color is a character determined by two distinct factors: the pigmentation of the eye's iris and the frequency dependence of the scattering of light. In humans, the pigmentation of the iris varies from light brown to black, depending on the concentration of melanin in the iris, which is determined by our DNA. The appearance of blue and green, as well as hazel eyes, result from the Tyndall scattering of light. Eye color varies depending on the lighting conditions, especially for lighter colored eyes. Epigenetics is a study of heritable changes that do not involve DNA sequence, but DNA expression alterations. DNA, methylation, histone, acetylation. These alterations are triggered by different factors, such as nutrition, behavior, physical activity, working habits, smoking, and alcohol consumption. Stress meaning the very quality of our state of consciousness. Health is your nature. You don't need to create it. You just need to remember it. Then the epigenome starts to realign itself. from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Consciousness alters your DNA.
The epigenetics. They have done so much of research on this field, on this epigenome. Epigenome is a protein particle responsible for your genes and all the happenings based on genes. Please understand, we are always taught genes are responsible for our diseases. No, it's not true. Even your DNA is not responsible. The quality of your consciousness is responsible. The quality of consciousness can directly change DNA. Asan Church very beautifully proves even the persistent diseases handed over to you by the previous generations, like cancer, sugar, blood pressure, heart diseases, even they can be just altered, changed, transformed by the quality of your consciousness. Another one research proves only 35% of your DNA is responsible, only 35%, for what you are, who you are, how you are, and all the major factors like your longevity, disease, health and everything. Only 35%. The science of epigenetics and the epigenome opens a new door to the great truths declared by Patanjali and Swatmarama. Patanjali in Raja Yoga Sutras and Swatmarama in Hatha Yoga Sutras. Shiva Sutras says very clearly, the man who is in perfect health, just by his nisangalpa, means the intentionless consciousness, can transmit that to a human being or any being.
Make sure the camera and the timestamp is ready. If you have Jnananjan, please keep it ready. Please explain to the partner the process of changing the color of their hair. If you have anything applied on the hair, make sure it is all clear. A few minutes to set up the camera to capture the ultimate moments. Download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure that time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly. Make sure the camera is facing you and the portion where the hair is going to be changed and your partner. Make sure it is all clear on the video. Please take a few minutes to set it up so that the most important moment of power manifestation is recorded for you. The guidelines to change the color of the hair for other person. Turn on the video recording. Step 2, if you have Jnananjan, apply between your eyebrows. Step 3, visualize Swamiji and bring awareness to your third eye. Step 4, have a partner sit down across you and make sure the portion of the hair which is going to be changed is marked and seen on the camera very clearly. If you have a mirror, you can have that also. Have the partner get strand of the hair or gaze intensely at it without touching it. And make sure the partner is also not touching any of that. Step 6, through the power of the will to manifest either darker or lighter shades. Any shade is accepted as manifestation. Step 7, verify your video with others and listen to others experience the manifestation of the power. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel centered, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day, because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space. Means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection? So they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process for changing the color of the hair for the other person. Step 1, verify that no video editing is done on the Shakshi Pramana videos. Make sure the video is not stopped and restart in the process of manifestation. All video verification, we should have the timestamp. All videos should have a wide angle view covering your partner, yourself, and the portion of the hair which is getting changed. Have a very clear before and after photo of the strand of the hair or the portion which the hair is getting changed. Make sure all the area is very well lit and bright for the taking the pictures. Do not use any digital modification apps like Adobe to lighten or darken the features. Thank you for participating in the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the power manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameswaram Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham